Hello students, hope you all are fine and safe. In our last class, we have discussed about breathing. So what is breathing? Breathing is the mechanism that helps our body to absorb oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. Now let us discuss what are the different organs that helps in the process of breathing. So we have nose, then we have windpipe, it is also called trachea, then bronchi and lungs. Nose. Nose is the part through which the air enters into our body. Our nose contains two nostrils, right? So when we breathe in, the air through these nostrils enters into our body. Windpipe, or also called trachea. It is the passage that allows the air to go into the lungs, or it helps to carry the air into the lungs with the help of two thin tubes. These two thin tubes are called bronchi. So what are bronchi? Bronchi, they are the pair of tubes, or we can say two thin tubes through which the air enters into the lungs or reaches to the lungs. Lungs are the two sponge-like bags. Sponge, why sponge? Because they are very soft muscular parts. So they are very soft, and there are two. So a pair of soft, so sponge-like bags. And what happens in the lungs? The exchange of gases takes place in the lungs. Exchange of gases means we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So this process takes inside the lungs. So when we breathe in, the lungs they expand, and when we breathe out, the lungs they contract. If we want to compare the functioning of the lungs, the best example is a balloon. When we blow air into a balloon, you can see the balloon, it expands, right? So same way, when we breathe in air, the lungs they expand. And if you remove the air inside the balloon, we can see that the balloon becomes push. Same way, that is called contraction. So the lungs they contract and gives out carbon dioxide out of our body. What do you think happens inside our body once we have breathed in? When we have breathed in, the oxygen gets mixed with the blood and transported to all parts of our body. So students, blood is the fluid in our body that is transported in all parts, that is continuously flowing in all parts of the body. So it is acting like a medium through which the oxygen is transported to all parts of the body. Same way, the impure carbon dioxide is brought back into the lungs through the blood, and then it is given out through our nostrils. So this exchange of gases, that means the taking in of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide, takes place inside our lungs. And this oxygen with the help of blood is transported to all parts of the body. Now there is another important part that plays very important role in the process of breathing, that is diaphragm. So diaphragm is the muscle under the lungs, and it functions exactly opposite to the lungs. So diaphragm plays very important role in controlling the process of breathing. It controls the process of breathing. When we are breathing in, the diaphragm it contracts and pulls the air inside our body. I repeat, when we breathe in, the diaphragm it contracts and pulls the air inside our body. Same way, when we breathe out, the diaphragm it expands and pushes the air out of our body. That means the carbon dioxide comes out of our body. So in this way it helps to control the breathing process. So when we are breathing in, the diaphragm it contracts, and when we breathe out, the diaphragm it expands. Now students, many of us we think that the breathing and respiration are same, but actually breathing, the act of the breathing is only a part of the respiration, the process of respiration. So what is respiration? Respiration is the process by which the absorbed oxygen is broken down, whatever the oxygen we are absorbing, it breaks the food into energy. Why do we need food? To get energy, because food contains different nutrients. Now our body cannot absorb these nutrients as it is. So the food whatever we are eating, it is in the complex form. It has to be broken down into simple form so that our body can absorb it very easily. So that is our process of respiration. So breathing is only the part of respiration where we are taking in this oxygen. So when we are taking in this oxygen helps to break the food into energy, and this energy is absorbed by our body. So that is the process of respiration, right? Now there are some do's and don'ts related to our topic regarding the exchange of gases and our organs. So let us start with don'ts. What should we not do? Students, in our nostrils, in our nose we have two nostrils, right? Inside our nostrils we have some hair. What do you think? Why they are important? Because they stops the germs and dust particles from entering into our body. So these hair in our nostrils, they act like a filter. They filters the dust and germs. But what do? We prick our nose. What is pricking? Pricking means to put fingers in your nose. So many children, they have this bad habit, right? So what if we prick our nose? When we prick our nose, the hair comes out. That means there is no filter now inside our nose, and we can breathe the polluted air very easily. That means the germs and dust particles can enter our body very easily. Many people, they advise that never breathe through your mouth. Why? Our nose is comparatively small than our mouth, isn't it? When we breathe through our mouth, we can take more oxygen. But in our mouth, we don't have any hair or any filter circuit that can protect us from the dust particles, from the germs and other unwanted materials that are present in the air. So children, avoid pricking your nose. Never put your fingers into your nose and try to remove the hair from the nose. It is very dangerous for you, as now you can breathe. The polluted air will enter into your body. Second thing, we have discussed that we remove carbon dioxide from our body through the process of breathing. And do you know, this carbon dioxide is used by the plants to prepare their food for the process of photosynthesis, right? Now, what we are doing? We are cutting down the trees more and more. Now, this carbon dioxide gas has some property that it absorbs more amount of heat. Heat means it can be sun's heat, the heat from the sun. Now when we are cutting more amount of trees and we are releasing so much amount of carbon dioxide from our body, now when the amount of carbon dioxide starts increasing in the atmosphere, it starts absorbing more amount of heat that can result in global warming and greenhouse effects that can make our environment more and more hot. So what can we do? we should avoid cutting the trees and we should plant more number of trees so that the balance of these gases can be maintained. The exchange of gases also takes place in plants. They take in this carbon dioxide and they gives out again fresh oxygen that we need we need for breathing or to live, right? So, to maintain this balance, it is very important to plant more number of trees and avoid cutting the trees for our needs. So, these are some do's and don'ts. So, first thing, do not prick your nose, and second thing, plant more number of trees. You can plant more trees on any special occasion like the wedding anniversaries of your parents, on your birthday, on your result day, or some other occasion. So, it is any festival you can take. So, we need some reason to plant the trees. So, you can do this on any occasion, but definitely it is a very good thing what you are doing to protect our environment, to give us a fresh air. So, keep breathing in the fresh air, plant more number of trees. We will continue with our chapter with some more videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.